So Record Store Day 2025 was probably my best. Yeah, I think it was definitely my best Record Store Day experience. I went to Park Ave CDs again because I really like the way they schedule everything. They make it easy for you to get in and out quickly. You can pick up a couple of extra records from the used bin, which was not really bustling with records this year, but I still found a couple of things. Found this Knocked Loose EP, which is a recent reissue, ninth. I think it's the ninth pressing, but I didn't have it. Early Knocked Loose. Also, in the used bin, even though it's still sealed 311 Music, this is the 2012 pressing. Didn't have any 311 on vinyl, so I was really stoked about that. But getting back to RSD, the regular purchases, yeah, I like the way Park Ave organizes everything. And so I had really planned for this one the last couple of years after being disappointed buying stuff that either I wasn't completely thrilled with or maybe paying too much money and then later thinking, I wish I had just, waited on that one. I really tried to concentrate on things that I thought I was going to keep long term and not end up trading, not paying an exorbitant amount of money for, and that I would really enjoy, So this year I think I was successful in doing that. So let's go through some of these. In the metal category, we've got Judas Priest Live in Atlanta. It's a double LP from what is my favorite era of Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Although I really like Defenders of the Faith era Judas Priest. And, really, you can't go wrong with any era. But this is my absolute favorite. Really cool album cover, too, even though it's kind of got dark tones. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the background there. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. Picked up the third album by the band The Sword. I can't remember where they're from, but I saw them open for Opeth a couple of years ago. Sort of a proggy metal band. Really enjoyed their set. And this copy of their third album, Warp Riders, I didn't realize this, but it's an embossed cover with metal foil. It's really beautiful. It's almost like back in the 90s when just about every special edition comic book you could find was on some kind of silver foil edition. Really, really like this. So that's going to be a cool thing to listen to, I'm sure. Picked this up. It's Levitation Room, Minds of Our Own. I didn't realize it's an EP. I thought it was a full LP, but I just saw it on the site and looked really enticing. It's a beautiful swirl vinyl, which I haven't opened it yet, so I can't show you what it looks like, but I'm sure someone else has online. I previewed some of the songs. It's right up my alley, kind of retro, psychedelic, really cool stuff, psych pop. Moving on to the next row. This one I was very excited about. By the way, the prices on all these were kind of up and down. Some were more than I thought they would be, some were less. This one was a little more than I thought it would be. I paid about $50 for this. It's a 2-disc Francois Hardy's 1962 to 1967. A lot of her Yay classics are on there. It says In Vogue, so it's from the Vogue label. And that was kind of a different selection for Record Store Day. I haven't seen a lot of Yay released, so this was cool. And as soon as I saw it on the list, I said, I've got to have that. Standing in line waiting to make my purchases, I was thumbing through some of the old Record Store Day bin previous releases. This one came out in 2022. Now I've got most of the B-Box Deluxe on vinyl or CD. This one is live in the Air Age, the Hammersmith Odeon concert from 1977. It's a 3-disc set on white vinyl. And they had it marked down from about $60 to $20. There's a little bit of tear in the wrapping on the front. But other than that, the jacket was in good shape. You could tell it had sat in the bin for a while. But this, I've read that this concert is not the one that was originally released on the 2-disc set back in the 70s. This is a different concert, I guess contemporaneous with that one. And I think $20 is a steal for this, even though you can get it on Discogs probably for $15, but you'd still have to pay shipping on it. And you just can't go wrong with any Bebop Deluxe. Moving on, one of my indie grails from the 80s was the album Tim by The Replacements. I saw them in concert pretty close to when this album was released. I think it was actually maybe Pleased to Meet Me, or maybe even Don't Tell a Soul. But at any rate, Tim is one of their best albums for sure. And this release takes two of the discs from the limited edition 4-disc set that came out last year and puts them into a single package on purple vinyl. So it's got the original mix remastered, which I love, plus the Ed Stasium remix, the famed producer from the Ramones. And the Ed Stasium mix is also phenomenal. So same track running order, but just completely different versions of the songs. They're both wonderful. And when I saw this come out on the list, I said, I've got to grab that for sure. Okay, again, this is just the best selection of Record Store Day stuff I've seen in a long time. My favorite Cure album, The Head on the Door. I did not have it on vinyl. Used to, but I traded it a long time ago, so I had it on CD. And I actually had been looking around to replace my vinyl copy. So for this 2025 Record Store Day, this was the next in the Cure's release lineup of picture discs, which I'm not thrilled about picture discs, but I have read that the Cure picture discs are very well done, that they have good quality sound, so I'm going to find out for myself. Another 80s grail here. I already have the single disc version of this, the US pressing, the Colorfields Virgins and Philistines. This is the 40th anniversary edition. They did a really nice job reproducing the original cover art on this. And it's a 2-disc set. So the first disc is the original LP, I think in the UK running order. The second disc contains some B-sides and I think maybe some extended mixes and things. It says that some of these are unreleased on vinyl. So that is absolutely one of the best records of the 80s, hands down. Bought a copy in England when I was there in 85 and never looked back. Okay, moving on down to a couple of 4AD pickups that I made. Belly King, this is their second album. I don't have any Belly on vinyl. Of course, they only put out 2 records. This one just looked cool. It's on green vinyl. I like the record. It's not one of my absolute favorites in the 4AD catalog, but anything tangential to Throwing Muses is usually worth picking up. You know, the amps, breeders, etc. So yeah, picked up this record. Looking forward to that one. Now this one is one that I've had my sights on for maybe over a decade. I never picked up a UK pressing of Pale Saint Slow Buildings. And 4AD, despite the fact that a lot of the stuff they've been putting out lately I think is garbage, they have been incredible with reissuing some of the lesser known entries in their back catalog. And this would be one of those. This is the 3rd Pale Saints album. To be perfectly honest, I don't remember it that well. I do remember the song Angel I thought was fantastic. But I am looking forward to giving this one a listen and reassessing it. And just like the other Pale Saints re-releases, this one comes with a bonus disc of demos and B-sides and things. And some of the B-sides are incredible, like the song Marimba. I have some of those on CD. Okay, another 4AD re-release. This one is Pixies, Bossa Nova Trompe-l'Œil Live. My 2 favorite Pixies albums, and I'm in the minority camp with those 2 selections because most people prefer their first album and Doolittle. But hey, what can I say? I like the 3rd and 4th albums the best. I think they got better as they went along. So this is a concert where they performed both of those albums in their entirety last year, and they released it for Record Store Day 2025. It's on ice blue vinyl. Again, I haven't opened any of these yet to check them out, but love the cover imagery. They sort of splice together the imagery from those two albums, which is pretty clever. Then the next record here, this is another one that a lot of people had been wanting this to be re-released. It's Lisa Germano's Geek the Girl. I think this might be the first vinyl pressing, and this one's already sold out along with a couple of the other ones that I picked up yesterday. I looked at their website. They're already sold out from this. And this is another double LP. It seems like almost everything is a double LP nowadays. Artwork's kind of dark, but I don't think I have a copy of this, so that's probably what it originally looked like. It's intriguing. The second disc includes the Inconsiderate Bitch EP and a couple of other tracks, so don't really know anything about what this sounds like. I have excerpts from A Love Circus, and I have the two recordings that she made on the Young Gods label, which are both excellent and really should be released on vinyl at some point. I would love to see those. Okay, moving down, I picked up the Jazz Dispensary Night Lights compilation. I didn't get the last year's Jazz Dispensary release. It just didn't look interesting to me. But the one from the year before, it was a Hotel something or other. That one was incredible. And a beautiful package too. So I looked at the track listing for this one, sort of down-tempo, smoke and jazz cuts. Definitely something up my alley. So I picked that one up. This one's sold out already. This was one from doing my research on the list, I determined that I was going to pick this up if I could. It's Sylvain Carrel's Look Over the Nile, an electronic music album from the early 80s. The sticker here says, hyper rare 1982 French private press of Berlin school style Kosmische Musik for fans of Tangerine Dream, Harmonia, Cluster, YMO with a twist on the Riding Easy label. Well, yeah, whatever that means. But I did listen to this on YouTube, and it's fantastic. So really, really interesting pickup. I hope they do more of this kind of stuff for Record Store Day. This is really what makes RSD worthwhile for me, finding gems like this that are re-released. And I imagine this one, the original pressings sell for hundreds of dollars now on Discogs, and I imagine the reissue is probably going to also jump up. I didn't buy it as a speculative thing, but it is nice to know that it's rare and cool. I mean, who doesn't like rare and cool stuff, right? Getting now down near the end of my list, J.J. Grey and Mofro, Orange Blossoms. I've seen these guys twice in concert in Florida. They're from Jacksonville, and I don't know, he kind of reminds me of the Florida Van Morrison. It's probably not a very apt comparison, but I love their music, and this is the first release, I think, for this record on vinyl. I think it's pretty cool that it has a song called Ybor City on it. A place that I've been to many times. So that's going to be fun to listen to, I'm sure. And then last but not least, I did pick up the Taylor Swift Fortnight. It's got a couple of tracks with Post Malone. The B-side's a remix, just a 7-inch single. I hate 7-inch singles. I have plenty of them, but I try to avoid them as much as possible. I did pick up the Fortnight, though, just because you can't go wrong picking up a Taylor Swift Record Store Day release. That one is already sold out at Park Ave CDs. And I was in line 2 years ago when the Long Pond Sessions came out, and a Swiftie convinced me to pick up a copy. She said, hey, you might like the album. If you don't like the album, I'm sure you can triple your money selling it. And she was right, but I did like it and I kept it. So that's end of story. So these are my Record Store Day pickups from 2025. I did have some other ones that I was interested in. One that the store, I think, did not get in was Rain Parade's Crashing Dream re-release with the bonus disc. And I've picked up the other Rain Parade re-releases so far. and they're all worthwhile. I have the original pressings, but just wanted the bonus tracks and the, anyway, so I'm hoping to maybe be able to pick that one up too. The Gil Scott Heron looked really good. I previewed some of those tracks. That was a slamming record, but you have to cut it off at some point, and I just said, these are the ones that I'm going to go with, and so these are the ones I have. So I hope you enjoyed this recap of the records that I picked up for Record Store Day 2025.